We must nurture every Singaporean to their fullest potential. The government's promise to Singaporeans is this: regardless of your starting point, as long as you're willing to learn, we will support you to learn throughout life, in pre-employment, in your working years, as we pursue lifelong learning and employability. We'll bring in different partners, including IHLs, enterprises, and the labour movement, to help you do so. Let me begin with the role of our IHLs. Our IHLs provide a strong foundation in learning and have partnerships with industry. IHLs and the industry have distinct roles, and by aligning this to keep learning relevant, students can secure good jobs. Employment rates are high and starting salaries have increased. We develop Singaporean talents in partnership with enterprises under the Singapore Industry Scholarship Scheme. Many of them have graduated and are developing their careers with leading enterprises like ST Engineering and Micron. Our local students are well prepared to thrive in other countries and cultures, including in Asia. About half of all local IHL students today gain experience abroad through programs such as internships, exchanges, and service learnings or study trips. In my pre-budget dialogue with youth leaders, I was struck by their understanding of the importance of learning new skills and exploring new opportunities. They look forward to overseas exposure and postings in the region. To support our local students to acquire cross-cultural skills and understand our region better, we will set ourselves a 70-70 target. 70% of local IHL graduates to have overseas experience, and 70% of this group to have exposure to ASEAN, China, or India. To achieve this target, we'll introduce a new Asia Ready Exposure Program to support local youth visits to cities in ASEAN, China, or India. We'll also enhance support for internships under the Global Ready Talents Program. Beyond pre-employment education, we must also support our people who are already at work. With shorter technology cycles and more intense global competition, skills acquired when we are young need to be constantly refreshed. Career transitions will be more common, even the norm. Our Skills Future movement seeks to enable our people to learn, develop new skills, and stay employable. 5 years after the launch of Skills Future, we have made good progress. The training participation rate has risen from 35% in 2015 to 49% in 2019. As of end 2019, the Skills Future credit has helped more than 500,000 Singaporeans pick up new skills and develop new interests. This includes Mr. Koh Wee Teck, a fintech executive who will apply his learning in project management to serving his clients, as well as Madam Julia Jahaya, a certified trainer who deepened her people development skills. Singaporeans are also upskilling and accessing good jobs in growth sectors with the support of employers. Younger Singaporeans are undergoing on-the-job training while getting a qualification. Singaporeans who have been working for some time have adapted and grown their skills. One good example is Ms. Noor Hidayah binti Abu Bakar, whom I met at WSG last year. After leaving the electronics industry, Ms. Hidayah joined ATOS Holdings as an auxiliary police officer. She went through the tough training as part of the professional conversion program. Today, she not only earns more and has a clearer career pathway, but she is also helping to keep Singapore safe. I'm very encouraged by the efforts made by Singaporeans to acquire new skills in the midst of the major structural changes in the global economy. To further support them in this journey, the government will invest in the next bound of Skills Future. There will be three elements to this. First, enabling the individual. Second, enhancing the role of our enterprises. And third, a special focus on mid-career workers. First, to support Singaporeans to continue learning, I will provide a one-off SkillsFuture credit top-up of $500 for every Singaporean aged 25 years and above. The top-up will be available for use from 1st October 2020. Unlike the earlier $500 credit, which had no expiry date, this top-up will expire in about 5 years, by end 2025. This is to encourage Singaporeans to take action early to learn new skills and to make the best use of this period of economic slowdown. Second, we want to enhance the role of enterprises in developing their staff. Enterprises know best the skills needed for their businesses to transform and can play a key role in helping their workers learn and apply new skills. By investing in their staff, they build a stronger workforce, which can in turn help enterprises succeed. So we must strive to achieve this virtuous cycle. A good example is Containers Printers, a local food packaging company. It has adopted digital technology and trained its workers to take on higher value-added roles like real-time monitoring of production. In our unique tripartite model, the labor movement plays a crucial role. We cannot keep jobs, enterprises, or even industries that are no longer viable. Instead, we refresh, retrain, and rejuvenate for the long term. For example, the United Workers of Electronics and Electrical Industries and Thales, a French technology leader, have set up a company training committee. Management staff and union members are working together to develop training plans and deepen skills so that workers can take on better jobs. On my visit to Thales, I was very heartened to hear how its employees are upskilling and contributing to Thales' transformation. This is a good example of how unions and enterprises can work together to keep workers up to date as enterprises transform. Let me outline 5 measures to enhance the role of our enterprises in the next bound of SkillsFuture. First, I will introduce the SkillsFuture Enterprise Credit to encourage employers to embark on the transformation of their workforce and enterprise in tandem. Employers can use this enterprise credit to defray 90% of out-of-pocket costs of business transformation, job redesign, and skills training. The SkillsFuture Enterprise Credit at $10,000 per enterprise will benefit over 35,000 enterprises, most of which will be SMEs. Second, we also provide more support for job redesign. The Productivity Solutions Grant supports enterprises to adopt pre-approved digital solutions and equipment. We will expand the Productivity Solutions Grant to include job redesign consultancy services. Third, we will work with large anchor enterprises to support training for their sectors and value chain partners. Anchor enterprises are supported by many SMEs. By helping to raise the skills of workers in these SMEs, the entire supply chain benefits. We aim to partner up to 40 of such anchor enterprises to benefit 4,000 SMEs over the next 5 years. Fourth, our IHLs will work with more enterprises to enable local students to learn in a real-world setting through the SkillsFuture work-study programs. We will now more than double the capacity of these programs by 2025. Our aim is to make this a mainstream pathway, with 12% of each cohort going through these pathways, up from 3.5% today. Fifth, as more enterprises train their workers, we will deepen workplace learning capabilities. MOE launched the National Center of Excellence for Workplace Learning, or NACE, at Nanyang Polytechnic in July 2018. MOE will expand NACE to 2 more IHLs over the next few years and aim to benefit over 1,200 enterprises, especially our SMEs.